He's only about a year old, I think. They don't know for sure, because I got him from the pound, but they're guessing he's only about a year. He's still real playful, so he's not very old. Not very old, are you? You gonna make a phone call? Grab my phone. Grabbing my phone. Gonna make a call? Huh? I'd rather be in some dark hollow where the sun don't ever shine than to be home alone just on that dirt on. It would cause me to lose my mind. So blow your whistle, freight train, carry me further down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and cats and dogs, and especially squirrels. How y'all are? Hey, I got to make amends. Yeah, for a couple things. And that video that I did on all the old square body pickups, you know, I'd always heard square body Chevys, and I never heard square body Fords, but I'm not a Ford guy, so I didn't know what else to call them, and I called them square bodies, and because I wanted to include some Fords so I wouldn't offend the Ford guys, you know. Well, I wound up offending the Ford guys, because I guess I was supposed to call them a bump side and a dent side instead of a square body. I did not know that, so not being a Ford guy, I'm just, I apologize. I'm so sorry about that. And I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I hope we can get past this and move on. And then the other thing is, in that last video I did about the snowplow driver squeezing my mailbox, I need to clarify that the plow did not hit the mailbox. That's not what happened. And my bad. I should have explained that better. It was just, you know, I didn't think of it. What happened was that he was going so fast and hard that he threw the snow so hard that the impact of the snow is what squished my mailbox. Now, I had a lot of comments about how to sabotage the snowplow driver and booby trap the mailbox and all this time. Now, I'm not interested in any retaliation. My point was that he don't have to do that. Now, I've lived up here for 25 years, and I know what causes that and what causes what not causes it. What causes him to not do it. He was going so fast and so hard that he threw that snow so far, and the impact just smashed the mailbox. Now, like I said, I lived here 25 years, and I've only had 2 drivers that ever did that. Most of them will slow down a little as they go past the mailbox, and that don't happen. It doesn't hurt anything to just slow down just a little. All I know is, I know this. If he'd been going the speed limit, that wouldn't have happened. Now, having said that, who am I to talk about going the speed limit? I got a lead foot, first to admit it. Had a lot of speeding tickets. But I'm not out destroying property either. So that was my only point, was that he don't have to do that. Bless his heart, you know. He just needs a hug. So, anyway, enough about that. I guess I got a little cabin fever because I'm thinking about kind of going out and doing a cold start on something. And I'm kind of thinking Jimmy Hoffa, and that's why I got the shovel out. Y'all seen the last video at old Jimmy. He's pretty well burrowed in for the winter. Mother Nature's kind of covered him up real nice, put a nice blanket over him, and And then I push snow up in front of him so he can't get away. He's all blocked in there, but I was reading, I got this shovel out. If I do a cold start on Jimmy Hoffa, I'm going to have to do a little shoveling just to get to the door where I can get it open and get inside it. So I ain't sure that the juice is worth the squeeze, if you know what I'm saying. But need to do something. Need to get out of this shop and out of the house and do something. So, and especially there won't be no juice if he don't start. So it will all be in vain. But sometimes that's the way it goes, you know. Sometimes you the windshield, sometimes you the bug. So anyway, I think I'll do that. I think I'll take my little shovel. Got my Carhartts on. I got my leather top Sorels on, and these. Well, my battery up and died on me, and what I was talking about was my my Sorels, my leather top Sorels. And here's the deal. In 1978, I went to work for, in the summer of '78, I went to work for an outfit up the road here off a fruit company. I went to work for a guy named Grady Ovel, and he was quite famous in the horticulture community. He is the gentleman who pioneered the Granny Smith apple into this country. He brought it in from New Zealand. He promoted it and gave it quite a name, and it's stuck. It's still around. It's still a great pie apple, baking apple. Anyway, I went to work for Grady Ovel and had a job in the summertime. I was irrigating. I was changing water on, we call it changing water because you run 12-hour sets, set your water up in the morning. All these lines, irrigation lines down the orchard rows, and you run so many and whatever pressure you can get out of the pump and cover so many acres. You set those lines up, and however many that is, and in the morning and then at night, 12 hours later, you go change that and go to the next set, the next number of lines, the same amount of lines. And I was responsible for watering 250 acres. They bought a brand new Rocon, and it was automatic, first only automatic motorcycle I ever rode. But I was, what, 26, 27 years old, and had a lot of freedom. I'd get my water up and running and take a couple hours in the morning, and I could do whatever I want during the day and go check them, you know, make sure everything was up and running. And I'd take that motorcycle and go all over the country. Man, I'd go up in the mountains. I got pictures of way up in the hills behind that orchard, and explore, and that was a blast. That was a pretty good job. But come wintertime, I thought I was going to have to go prune out there in the old bitter cold winter and deep snow, and because in the 70s it snowed like this every winter, like we're getting now, and that was what I expected. So I spent $50 on these Sorel boots. I wanted some good warm winter boots if I was going to have to go out and prune. And at the time, that was probably that was half a paycheck, you know. So spent a pretty good portion of my, pretty good chunk of change on these boots. And then when winter rolled around and it started snowing and getting cold, and the other boys was going out pruning, old Grady, he found out, heard somehow, somewhere, that I could sling wrenches a little bit. So he put me in the shop, and I got to work in a nice warm shop all winter long, and we'd snicker and giggle at them guys out there pruning while we was in there mechanicking and wrenching, and we did a lot of maintenance work. And then Grady was quite an innovator and inventor, and I would get to build he'd dream up these things, and I'd get to build it sometimes and do some fabricating, and that was a lot of fun. That was a fun job for a guy 27 years old. And yeah, so anyway, that's the story behind these boots. Been wearing these boots for 40 years. So guess you can't say I'm not frugal. All right, let's get out there and see if old Jimmy's going to fire up.
It's the only V6 made for a truck and made only by GMC doing by a pool. It's draining it to show how it keeps cool by pumping more water through itself per minute than any other comparable engine. That's why many Super Vs have gone 250,000 miles and more without a major overhaul. They won't leave you low and dry. See your GMC truck dealer's line of Super Vs. They're making quite a splash. GMC, the truck people.
Well, I've been investigating this a little bit, and there just ain't no easy way in. I thought I'd come around from the backside, but as you see, where we've shoveled the snow off of the roof, it's piled up back there about as high as it's piled up here in front, where I pushed it up with the blade or the bucket on the tractor. And somebody mentioned that snow plow was pretty handy because it leaves the bucket free, or the snow blower on the back is pretty handy because it leaves the bucket free on the tractor instead of having the blade on the front, and that's all you can do. And yeah, I wanted to let some people know there was people concerned about my back and having to back up that tractor, and it's just really, it's no big deal. You just sit kind of sideways on there and just go trucking along, you know, and it doesn't hurt my back. Well, Kerwood mentioned that. He said, man, I don't know how you can back that thing up, or that's probably hard on your back. And I go, no, it's really not, you know. I said, over the course of the year, you spend a lot more time backing out your driveways than I do backing up with that tractor. So anyway, to let the folks know that we're concerned about that, it don't hurt me. It's fine. Not a big deal. All right, here we go. I don't have any snowshoes. I had to prune one time with snowshoes up the Indiana River. The orchard called Keystone. No idea if the battery's up on this thing. I don't even know if there's a battery in it. But we're gonna find out. I ain't gonna raise the hood and find out. That's for sure. That's for sure. You know, this back here is just accumulated snow. This is not a drift. This is not where I piled snow or blew the snow. This is just what has fallen and built up. I think we're in. Jimmy Hopper, 1963 GMC 305 cubic inch V6. Purrs like a little kitty cat. Purrs like old Joshua in there. That makes me happy. Love this old iron, don't you? Love this old iron. You know, I'm not afraid to drive this thing about anywhere. I've got good radial tires all the way around on it. We're supposed to go meet up with another YouTuber down in Oregon, a young man by the name of Military Chevy. If you see his channel, check him out. He can restore a vehicle and make it look like brand new, and he's doing some of that work, but I'm making too many videos here lately. But he's got one like this. I think it's a 64 model. I'm not sure about that, but he calls it crusty. And it's all kind of got a nice patina, little rust on it here and there. But he's done a lot of work on it. I think he overhauled the motor. I know he modified a manifold, an intake manifold, and put a 4-barrel on it. And it's a going concern. But we had the plan. We were gonna meet up halfway, and then he backed out for some reason. And as it turned, I don't remember why, but as it turned out, it was a good thing, because shortly after that, the fuel pump went out or something. I'm not sure. You have to watch his channel to be sure on that, but he'll let me know. But anyway, something happened that it would have been a bad deal if he had been on the road. But I was ready to hit the road with this thing. We were gonna go halfway. Me and Kurt were gonna go meet him halfway. And I think that's still going to happen one of these days, maybe this next summer, because he got a job. He moved up to Portland. So halfway is not near as far as it was. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? All right. I guess that's all there is to it. Kind of underwhelming, wasn't it? Yeah, had to get out in the fresh air and do something. All right, I'm gonna knock a few sickles down. And thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Appreciate you. My little daughter-in-law got a kick out of it. We was up here sledding one winter, and I had hot chocolate and everything here for them. And they all come up and went sledding, and we had a bonfire. We get warmed up and come in and have hot chocolate, and she got a picture, and she used to tell people, she giggles about that picture she got of me taking off my Carhartts, and she said, Ken was taking off his overalls, and under his overalls he had another pair of overalls. So she thought that was funny. That tickled her funny bone. Anyway, that's the truth of the matter.